Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, another edition where I take a look at some of the most recent Steam game releases and go over the titles that you need to know about. Specifically, we're going to be going over 10 new Steam releases, and all of these came out in the month of February. Remember that I update this series pretty frequently, and I'm always trying to uncover some of the Steam games that might go under your radar. Even if you don't pick up these games right away, at the very least, add them to your wish list. Maybe down the line when they go on sale, it'll be a better offering for you guys. However, these are games that I think you should know about. Obviously, some games are going to entice you more than others, but they're all varied, and I feel like there's enjoyment to be had out of all of them. Without further ado, let's get right into it, and kicking things off, we have the World War I multiplayer first-person shooter in Tannenberg. Tannenberg has you experience authentic First World War action with 64-player battles of maneuver on the Eastern Front. Grab your rifle, ready your saber, and keep your gas mask close as you prepare to play part in one of the most significant conflicts in history. Now, this game has been in early access for quite a bit. It just came out at the price of $19.99. You can enjoy a launch week discount. It's 15% off for $16.99. So far, the reviews are coming in and they are looking pretty good. And if you do own their other game, Verdant, you're going to enjoy another 25% off loyalty discount. And that voucher should be in your Steam inventory, so that makes it even more of an enticing pickup. The game touts an authentic World War I atmosphere, tactical squad-based first-person shooting gameplay, Eastern Front landscape, 64-player maneuver game mode, and never fight alone squad gameplay and AI bots for maneuvers so you can join epic battles at any time. We're getting a lot of multiplayer first-person shooters these days. Tannenberg is probably going to be one that goes under the radar a little bit, but there's a reasonably active community on PC right now, so I would recommend you guys to keep your eyes open to that. Moving on from that, this is a game that has really gone under the radar, but it captured my attention, and that is Degrees of Separation. Degrees of Separation is a puzzle platformer where cooperation is built into every move, so co-op is a big element of this game. If you do want to play with a friend, you play as two contrasting souls, Ember and Rhyme. They fall in love but are separated by an enigmatic force and must use their powers to progress through a spectacular world of fantasy and adventure. Presentation wise, it looks great. There's environmental obstacles drawing on each of the characters' unique skills, and you'll have to traverse through beautiful puzzle-filled environments. The game just came out on Steam yesterday. There's 9 user reviews right now. The majority of them are positive. Probably not a game I would recommend you guys to pick up right away at $19.99 because I could very well see this down the line being a part of a humble bundle or just going on sale rather quickly, but it's a pretty interesting game and I wanted to give that a mention. Moving on from that, for those of you guys with the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, I wanted to give this a mention because this free mod looks incredible, and that is Enderal the Forgotten Stories. Enderal the Forgotten Stories is a total conversion mod for Skyrim. You don't even have to worry about the story and lore of Skyrim. It uses the Skyrim assets and the gameplay style, but it has its own unique landscape, lore, and story, and the game does tout 30 hours of content just through the main story, and then if you want to do all of the extra content side activity, you're cranking that up to 100 hours, and all you need is a copy of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim or Skyrim Special Edition, and you'll be good to go with this conversion mod. It just released on Steam yesterday. It's been around for a little while, but the Steam release just happened, and it's getting incredible reviews. Right now, it's at very positive, 95% positive reviews, and again, it's a free mod. You just need to have the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and it's super easy to install, and you can get going right away. Now, it also does give a facelift to the gameplay. It's going to be a lot more challenging than Skyrim. Skyrim's a relatively easy game, and even if you play this at the easiest difficulty, it does have a more hardcore style to it, so just bear that in mind. It is going to be a more challenging experience, but if you already have Skyrim on your PC, if you already have Skyrim in your library, no reason not to check out Enderal the Forgotten Stories. Make sure to give that a look. Next up, we have a game that I talked a little bit about, kind of had an underrated release on PC, and that is Eastshade. Eastshade is one of these open world, relaxing, atmospheric titles. It's really based on exploration, and you're a traveling painter exploring the island of Eastshade. You capture everything you see on the world in canvas, talk to inhabitants to learn about their lives, make friends, and help those in need. You'll visit cities, scale summits, unearth mysteries, and discover forgotten places. Expect a very relaxing game out of this one. It is at a hefty price of $25, has a launch week 15% off discount, so you can get it for $21. Maybe not one you should pick up right away, but add it to your wish list. I talked about this game recently in a video, and a lot of you guys were surprised and didn't even know of this game, so I want to give it the attention it deserves. Just expect a very peaceful, open world, relaxing game that does tout that it's full of character. And the Steam reviews are coming in rather positive, 87% based on 100 132 user reviews. Again, 21.24 right now, 15% off launch week discount, but at the very least, add it to your wish list. Also wanted to give a mention to God Eater 3, as this had a very quiet release on PC, not a lot of fan reception to this one. Being released at $59.99, you know, it's a hard sell for any game being released at $60 on PC. If you did have God Eater 2 Rage Burst, you did enjoy 20% off. However, even that $48 for God Eater 3, that's just a very hefty price to pay, especially on PC, where we're accustomed to getting games a little bit cheaper. If you've never played God Eater, what a lot of people will say about it is that it's anime Monster Hunter. It does have more of a story that's told directly to your face, and I do find the story more compelling than Monster Hunter. I mean, that's not saying much considering Monster Hunter's story is nothing to write home about. And is it as good of a game as Monster Hunter? No, but it's a good game in its own right. It has some unique gameplay elements, and if you played God Eater 2 Rage Burst, this is going to be improving upon that, and if you like the general anime look, it's going to be more appealing to that sector than Monster Hunter, which is catered towards more of a Western audience, even though that is a Capcom Japanese game. You get the idea. God Eater has a much more anime look going on for it. This is one that I probably would say added to your wishlist. Being a Bandai Namco game, these games do go on sale generally pretty quickly, and I would imagine that by summertime you can enjoy a decent like 50% off discount on it, maybe even deeper than that. At a full $60, it's just a hard sell. It's hard to sell any PC game for $60, but one to add to your wishlist. Speaking of Bandai Namco $60 games, I also want to mention Jump Force. Now, this is a game that a lot of people were looking forward to. However, it's become very apparent that this game is not worth $60, or God forbid you buy the deluxe edition or the ultimate edition, which is $90 and $100 respectively. It's just not worth that hefty price. However, this is such an endearing game for those of us that love these characters. There are some iconic characters featured, from One Piece characters, DBZ characters. You've got Naruto characters in there, Bleach characters in there. Some of the most iconic anime ever come together in this mosh pit fighting game. However, a lot of people have noted that this game is more style than substance, and I kind of saw that going into it. This isn't going to be a fighting game that's going to keep you captivated for a very long time. However, I know that there's a lot of fan service here. I know there's a large community of people that want to play this game. I would say add it to your wish list for now. I imagine that this is going to go on sale very, very quickly, just because what's been drilled home over and over again about this game, based on the reviews, just based on the fan reception, is it's a cool mosh pit of these characters. However, it's not a game that's worth $60. By the summer sale, I could easily see this south of $30, and at that point, it's probably going to be a much better pickup. Moving on from that, a game that came to my attention pretty recently, it came out yesterday, is Stardrop. Stardrop is a single-player first-person game where you take on the role of a salvage and rescue operative named Erin Vance. Along with her partner John Kinley at her side, the two embark on a journey full of mystery and suspense with some laughs along the way. Stardrop tells a genuine, heartfelt story about a long-lost starship, its crew, and one individual in particular. Stardrop touts that it presents its narrative through the traditional cutscenes and in-game cinematic storytelling as you play. The main campaign is where the heart of the game's narrative lies, but you will also be able to experience the universe of Stardrop through its side missions. Exploration is a big part of the game, but also is accessibility. While the game offers puzzles and asks the player to figure out what to do or where to go next, the flow of information within the game will always guide you. Objectives are always made clear and designed with logic in mind. However, those who venture off the beaten path will find that there are more than enough secrets to be discovered. I like the visual style of the game. This is one title that's going completely under the radar, so I wanted to give it a mention. Just like Eastshade right now, there's a launch week discount. It's 15% off. $25 is its base price, but you can get it right now for $21.24. At the very least, another one to add to your wish list, and a game that I could definitely see down the line being a part of a Humble Bundle, being a part of Humble Monthly as one of those hidden titles, but just a title I wanted to bring you guys up to speed on as well. Moving on, we had that game company's title in Flower be released very quietly on PC, and I wanted to give this game a mention. Yes, on the surface, Flower looks like a very simplistic game, and it is pretty simple. The controls don't have much depth to it at all, but it's a very artistic game, a very casual game, but at the same time, by the end of Flower, and it's a relatively short experience, you're only paying $7 for it. It's hard not to appreciate the experience the game offers, and we saw that with that game company's second title as well. In Journey, that game is coming to PC as well. I think it'll be an Epic Store exclusive, at least a timed exclusive, but Flower kind of came out of nowhere. We didn't know it was coming to Steam, but now it's available. It's $7, very cheap, but do know it's a rather short experience. If you want to add it to your wishlist and say by the summer sale it's 75% off, and that would knock it south of $2, wouldn't be a bad buy then. But if you've heard a lot about Flower up to this this point and you never played it, $7 isn't a bad price for it at all. I believe that's the price it goes for on the PS4 as well. Moving on from that, we have the turn-based strategy action RPG in Element Space. Element Space is set in the year 2199. You assemble an elite crew and make allies to combat a shadowy organization threatening the future of humanity. But time is short, make your choices quickly and save the world from extinction. This game really reminds me a lot of XCOM. It's kind of hard not to see that comparison when you look at the footage. It is touted as a turn-based tactical squad RPG set 200 years in the future. As Captain Christopher Peetham, you will lead your crew into battle in order to save humanity from extinction. Travel to the far reaches of space, recruit allies, gather equipment, and combat deadly enemies. You can approach complex team-based tactics by combining character skills with freeform movement, outfit your squad from a selection of 32 melee and range weapons that allow for different playstyles and strategies, and you'll be able to unlock perks and weapons by gaining reputation with the galaxy's factions. The game is listed for $19.99, definitely not a game I would pick up at that price point, but one to add to your wish list again. And it does look to be a pretty interesting game, even though it does look a little bit on the lower budget side. Currently, all of the reviews have it at 73% positive based on 64 reviews. The recent reviews are less, kind of 50% positive on 14 user reviews, but nonetheless, a game that I saw some interest in. And lastly, I wanted to give a mention to Evoland Legendary Edition. This is a really cool game where it kind of combines two different RPGs. It brings you two great and unique RPGs with different graphical style and gameplay changing as you progress through the game. So that's a very unique way to present a game. Its two graphic style are changing as you travel through time, and its gameplay evolves as you move along the storyline. It's also a real RPG at heart with a deep scenario based on time travel. Getting a lot of Chrono Trigger vibes with all the mention of time travel, but it is full of humor and references to classic games. The Evoland series touts a epic and extraordinary adventure unlike anything you've played before. Currently $19.99, another game that's on the pricey side, and you guys know me, I am a little bit stingent on how pricey games are just because on PC we've been acclimatized to not spend much money on games, but another interesting title that I wanted to mention. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, I think there's a lot of variety in the games I'm gonna recommend. I know some of them are just gonna turn you off from the get-go. Like, for example, I don't foresee Evoland being a game that's gonna be up everyone's alley, as is the case for an Element Space or Flower, but we have bigger games like a Tannenberg or Endriel Forgotten Stories that do seem really interesting, or even a Jump Force and God Eater 3. And there's a lot of variety in the PC releases. Is every game gonna be for everyone? No, but that's the point of all of these great games coming to Steam. There's something for everyone. Let me know if you guys have any interest in these games, and if you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.